if you don't want to, that's fine too. Nice. So let's lift and lengthen our spine so that our air flows and our spine is stacked, and then pull your shoulders back in line with your hips. Nice. And then bring your head back in line with your shoulders. So you might feel like, oh my God, I'm going to tip over, but it's just probably back a little bit farther than you think. And then place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your chest. Nice. And then just exhale all the way out. And we're going to do a 3-part breath. So inhale into your low belly. Inhale into your chest. Inhale up into your throat. And then open your mouth, exhale. Inhale into your belly. Inhale into your chest. Inhale all the way up into your throat. Open your mouth, exhale. Seal your lips. Belly. Chest. Throat. Exhale through your nose. Belly. Chest. Throat. Exhale through your nose. Now, keeping that sensation, bring your palms onto your thighs, arms facing open if you want to receive energy, palms facing down if you're feeling overly stimulated, and then low belly, middle belly, chest, exhale out. Low belly, middle belly, chest, exhale out. And then let's move into Ujjayi breath. So just inhale, press the air out, exhale. Inhale, press the air out, exhale. Nice. And then inhale, take your elbows, press them in against your body, make fists. Good. And pull your arms apart so you feel the outside of your shoulders engaged. And then exhale, bring it in. Inhale, pull them apart like you're holding a platter. Exhale, pull it in. Good. Inhale, pull them apart. Exhale, pull it in. Nice. And then take your right arm forward, hug it in. Stay with that breath. Exhale, right arm across, left arm under. Pull your left arm into your right, press your right arm into your left. Nice. And then right ear, right shoulder. Nice, and breathe. Looking down at the floor, looking halfway, and then eyeballs towards the ceiling. Nice. Exhale, release. Right fingertips on your left knee, left fingertips behind you, keeping that height, and then low belly, middle belly, chest. Exhale, release. So why am I doing this? Low belly, middle belly, chest. Because a lot of us just breathe right into our chest and skip our low belly. Nice. And then come back to your regular breath. Walk your fingertips forward and just rock from side to side. Nice. And then walk it back up. Switch which legs in front. Lift and lengthen your spine. Stack your shoulders over your hips, your head in line with your hips. Good. And then take that left arm forward. Exhale, bring it across. Inhale, right arm up. Pull your right arm into your left. Press your left arm into your right. Good. And then inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Look down. Look across. And then eyeballs up towards the sky. Nice. And then exhale, left fingertips on your right knee, right fingertips behind you, low belly, middle belly, get taller, chest, exhale all the way out. So besides getting a fuller breath, making the full use of your diaphragm, when I breathe like this, it reminds me to lengthen my spine. Nice. And then exhale, come back to center. Rock from side to side. Nice. And then I'm going to say move your blanket or your block. Take your fingertips behind you, lift those shoulders, and then boat pose on your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring your feet down a little bit farther away if you have tighter hips, and then bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Press into your hands and press that right knee away. Nice. Flex your right foot. You can bring your left foot in closer if you have more space there. Nice. And then crawl that left foot away, right foot down. Good. Lift and lengthen. Pull those toes in, maybe your toes down the ground. Add your arms, bent knee or straight leg. Can you see me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Feet down. Good job. Crawl those feet a little bit farther away. Roll the shoulder blades back. Left ankle onto your right knee. Good. And then flex, press that left knee, flex your left foot. If you want to intensify the pose, crawl your hands closer towards your hips. If you want to back off, crawl your arms back, but just press that left knee into away, your left ankle into your right knee. Nice. And then exhale, release, take your feet as wide as the mat, and let's just go right and left and right and left. Nice. And then let's make our way into puppy pose. And I'm going to say, if you have a block, grab it now. So we're not going to use it right now, but we're going to use it in a moment. So take your hands as wide as the mat. Press in your hands. Pull your hips back so your butt is up in the air. Bring your chest all the way to the mat. That's right, Ayoko. Nice. Chin to the mat, forehead to the mat. You can bring your head onto the block. Press into your hands. Feel a nice stretch in your armpits. Good. And then walk your hands over to the left and get a nice stretch in your right side. Pulling your right hips away, pressing into your right hands. Nice. Come back to center. Walk over to the right. Good. Press in your hands. Pull that left hip away. Feel a nice stretch in your left side of your body. Nice. And then come back to center. Grab the block, if you have it, into Sphinx Pose with your tush up. Nice. Put the block in between your hands, hands facing the block, and then pull your hips back. Get a nice stretch underneath your triceps, pressing your hands into the block, your block into your hands. Nice. And then bring the block down, make your way onto your belly, Sphinx Pose. Good. And then I want you to take your hands around the block like this. So your hands are facing down. So if you have a pillow, if you have a book. Nice. All right, and then I want you to lift your hips. And for this first one, just keep your hips here. I want you to do shoulder ups. So I want you to drop your chest and then press your chest away. Drop your chest. So we're strengthening our shoulders. Press your chest away. Drop your chest. Press your chest away. Good. And then if you like, lift your legs. Press those arms away like you were just doing. And then knees down, hips down. Grip the mat, lift your heart, squeeze your booty, pull the shoulder back a little bit. Good. And then let's try that again. So just lift your hips for now. Press your hands into the block and into the mat. And then drop and press. Drop and press. Drop and press. And then maybe lift your legs. Maybe lift one leg and the other. See what feels good for you, but I want you to feel that strengthening in your shoulders. I want you to feel that pressing away. Good. Knees down, hips down. Press your hands, squeeze your booty, pull your shoulder blades back. Nice. And then exhale, we'll just put the block off to the side for a moment. Chin to the mat, bring your hands behind you, pressing your toes. Lift your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hands down. Come all the way up. And then puppy pose or downward facing dog. So if your wrists are bothering you, take puppy pose or take downward facing dog. Nice. I want you to claw the mat with your hands. I want you to feel like you're gripping the mat today. And then be mindful of the position of your wrists. So they might be, see if you like them turned in or parallel with each other or with the increase in your thumb and second finger facing the front of the mat. See how that feels in your shoulders. Nice. And then come forward to plank and hold. So plank or plank on your knees. Squeeze your booty. And then back to down dog. Nice. And then come forward to plank or plank on your knees. And back to down dog. Good. And then come forward to plank or plank on your knees. And then all the way to the floor. Good. And then if you want to sneak in like an up dog, you can. And now I want you to use the block again. So come back down. All right. And now this time, in fact, sit up for a second. This time I want you to, so we just had our hands like this. I want you to take your hands like this. Actually, we just had our hands like this, okay? So I want you to see that if you go like this, how your elbows kind of splay away from each other. So now I want you to take your hands against the block like this, and then bring it back and see how your shoulders rotate nicer. Yes. So feel how if your hands are against the block, your shoulders rotate towards each other. If your hands are like this, then your shoulders splay out a little. So just see how, so that's kind of what happens when you do dolphin or you do pincha mayurasana. So now let's come on with our hands around the block. Nice. So come on to your belly. So press your hands into the block and then lift your hips or lift your hips and your knees. Good. Really press away. Press into those elbows. That same feeling that you had. See how your shoulders feel facing each other. Good. And then knees down, hips down. Lift your chest, squeeze your booty. Nice. And then let's do that again. So roll on up. Just lift your hips, so your hips and your knees. Squeeze the block. Notice how this feels in your shoulders. Really press your elbows and the sides of your hands into the mat. Knees down. Hips down. Good. Lift and lengthen. And then one more time. Roll on up. Lift your hips. So I know we're not flowing, but I'm sweating. So I hope you guys feel this. Nice. And we will flow now next. And then knees down. Hips down. Good. Put the block off to the side. Bring your chin to the mat. Take your hands next to you. Squeeze your booty. Lift your chest. Then send your arms behind you. Maybe pressing your toes, or if it doesn't hurt your low back, add your legs. Nice. And then hands next to you. Press on up. Check your hand position. So maybe try something new. Try turning your hands in. See how that feels on your shoulders. Maybe try turning your hands out more. See how that feels on your shoulders. Good. And then press in a downward facing dog or puppy pose. Nice. And then just lift your heels and exhale, heels away. Inhale, lift your heels, bring your chest towards your thighs, like in puppy pose. Exhale, bring your heels away. Good. And then bend your knees, inhale, walk or float to the front of the mat, come to flat back. Send those arms back, hook your thumbs, get a little opening in those shoulders. Fold, let your arms come up and over. And then press near your feet, inhale, sweep your arms up. Squeeze your booty, exhale, hands to your heart. Nice. Let's do some lunges. Inhale, arms up, squeeze your booty, look up. Exhale, flat back or fold. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hands to prayer. Step that right foot back, maybe a little bit wider than you think. And then turn your hips forward, come onto your toes. Nice. And then send your arms up. Inhale. Nice. And then exhale, hands on your thighs. Stretch that left hamstring. Good. And then inhale, back to crescent pose. Squeeze your right booty, lift your chest. Nice. Hands to the mat. Come to downward facing dog. And then come forward to plank. You can do forearm plank. You can do plank on your knees and hold. And then all the way to the floor. I'm going to do low cobra. You can do up dog. Grip the mat though. Lift your chest. Squeeze your booty. Feel your hands engaged. So pull the shoulders back a little, Farzaneh. Nice. And then exhale, come all the way up. Come to downward facing dog. Nice. And then from here, bring your right leg up behind you. And then step your right foot to your right hand. So either you're like this or you're on your knees. Step your right foot to your right hand. Come into a lunge on your left side. So squeeze that right glute. Press into that right foot like there's an ant on your mat. Good, Marianne. And then inhale, arms up, crescent lunge. And then exhale, shift forward, arms back. Left foot to right, come to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to add having blocks because I think that's kind of helpful. So you can use them or not. Good. Press near your feet, squeeze your booty. Inhale, arms up. I'll wait for you, Marianne. Nice. Exhale, flat back or fold. Inhale, flat back. Good. Exhale, left foot back. Nice. Hands on your heart, turn your chest forward. Come on to your back toes. Good. Squeeze your booty, add your arms. If you're wobbly, I'm a little wobbly, I'm going to go a little bit wider. Nice. And then hands on your leg or hands on your blocks. Pull that right leg back and forward and back and forward. Good. Blocks down. Come to downward facing dog. Stay there if you want. Or come forward to plank and back to down dog. Or all the way to the floor. Grip your hands and then cobra or up dog. Pull those shoulder blades away. Nice. And then come all the way up. Downward facing dog and just breathe for a minute. So grip the mat with your hands. Notice if they're parallel, if that feels good. Good. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk your feet a little closer to your hands, Ayoko. And then pedal your legs. Bend your left knee. Bend your right. Bend your left knee. Bend your right. Good. And then either come onto all fours or from downward facing dog, bring that left leg up behind you. Nice. And then step your left foot to your left hand. Good, and then grab the blocks, Marianne. And then squeeze that right glute, lift and lengthen your spine. Nice, nice, good, Vicky. And then bring your right foot to your left. Come to flat back. Nice, exhale, fold. Good job. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's do that one more time. Press and squeeze, inhale. Exhale, flat back or fold. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, send that right leg back. Make sure you're wide enough that you're stable. Good, and then turn onto your back toes. Nice. Then maybe bend this back knee. That's gonna engage this right quad a little bit. And then send your arms up. Nice. And then hands on the block, pull that left leg back and forward. If you want to do this on your right knee, you can. So this is harder to do and more accessible if you're tight in your hamstrings, if you're standing versus with your knee down. Good. And then hands to the mat, downward facing dog. You can always take a rest, but grip the mat, check out the position of your hands, and then come forward to plank, hold, then go back to down dog or chaturanga. Good, hug those elbows in, up dog or cobra. Nice, squeeze your booty. Nice, and then downward facing dog or take a rest. Yogi's choice. Good, and then pedal out your legs again, bend your right knee. That looks much better, Yoko, much better. Bring your chest towards your legs. Good. Nice. Good. And then either your knees come down if you're tightening your hips. It doesn't mean that you are not spiritually awakened. Or your left leg up behind you. Bring your left foot to your left hand. I like that, Marianne. Good job. Or just grab that foot and bring it forward. I like it. And then you can bring your hands on the blocks. So this is where I like the blocks. It just gives me a little bit more room in my back. You can have your hands on your leg. You can have your fingertips down, but lengthen that spine. Good. And then bring that right leg forward. Come to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, left leg. Inhale, arms up, squeeze. Exhale, flat back or fold. Inhale, flat back, hands in prayer. Bring that left foot back and a little bit wider so you're stable. And then really press in that front foot. Turn your left toes forward. Nice. And then inhale, send your arms up. Squeeze that left glute. Nice. And then exhale, you can take a shortened stance. You can take your hand on your thigh. You can bring your hands onto the block. Good, get a nice stretch in that hamstring. And then just don't go too low if it hurts your back. And try and see that your weight's even in your big toe, your little toe, and your heel. Nice, and then one more time, hands to the mat. Downward facing dog. Or take a flow, or take a rest. Check out the grip of your hands. Maybe you come forward to plank and hold that. And then come back to down dog. I will meet you in downward facing dog. Nice. Good job. And then bend your knees, look forward, walk or float to the front of the mat. Come to flat back. Let's hook your thumbs again, open those shoulders a little bit, and then fold. So if you can't hook your thumbs, you can grab a strap or a belt, or you can grab your shirt, or you can just let them hang. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Nice. Chair pose. So let's come all the way down. Send your arms next to you. Good. And then send your arms up. Good job. And then I want you to come all the way down to your butt. So falanga. Nice. And then come back to that boat pose. Bent knees, straight leg, toes on the ground. Good. And then some of you are going to take your feet in butterfly and come forward. Not you, Vicky. And some of you are going to take your right ankle on top of your left. Roll forward. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. So yogi's choice. You can take any option you want. Nice. Hug those elbows in a little bit, Deb Rauscher. And bend your knees, yes, that looks good, that angle. Good. And then bend your knees, look forward, walk or float to the front of the mat. Ha ha. Nice. Come to chair pose. Good job. Press all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Nice. Let's do that again. Chair pose. Add your arms. Good. Come all the way down. So it's got to be called like plabanga, right? Good. Bent knee, straight leg, or maybe crazy handstand on your back. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Maybe take your right leg over your left and fold, or cross your legs. Step back to down dog, step back to plank, come to forearm plank. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Good job. Nice. And then bend your knees, look forward. Walk or float to the front of the mat. Come to flat back. Chair pose. Come all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Nice. And then let's step our feet wide. I want both of your heels parallel with the sides of the mat. And then dig on in. Lift your hips. Lift your shoulders. Good. And then turn your right foot so it's parallel with the long edge of the mat. So look at your own feet. Is your left foot parallel with the back of the mat? Nice. Then dig in, hands on your hips. Bring your chest towards your right leg. Good. Press into your feet. And then bend your knee. Bring your forearm onto your thigh. And let that left hip point down so that it's not, don't try and force it open. Let it point down. Yes. And then left arm up and over your ear. And then inhale, lift. Exhale. If you want, you can bring your right hand onto your ankle. You can bring it onto the block. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Hook this left hand behind you. Good. And then inhale, come all the way up, warrior two. Breathe. Good. And then let's straighten. And exhale, bend, press into those feet. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Nice. And then you can come to center and take this nice opening, or hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Nice. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or float to the front of the mat. Come all the way up. Good. And then let's meet both feet parallel. Bend your right knee, open that left inner thigh. Good. Bend your left knee, open that right inner thigh. So this is an area we're all really tight and we don't open enough. Right, Melissa Malasana? Bend that right knee. Bend that left knee. Good. And then fingertips on the ground, lift and lengthen, flat back, or fold, bringing the top of your head towards the mat. Nice. And then inhale, come all the way up. Dig, dig, dig into your pelvic corners of your pelvic region. Lift and lengthen so your shoulders are over your hips. And then bring your left foot parallel. So I want everyone to look at their back foot and make sure, like, my toe is a little bit pointed the wrong way. So I'm going to kick my heel out just a little bit. Yes. Your feet are underneath your hands. Good. And then bend that front knee, hands on your corseting around your waist, and then turn your chest forward so you don't get hooked up on your left hip. And then come on to that left forearm, or you can bring that left hand down. Good. And then right arm up and over. Now, why aren't I taking a bind? That just is too much for my back. So lift and then come on over. So if anyone wants to bind, they can. That just doesn't feel good to me. Lift and then up and over. Good. And then lift. Good. Take your right hand behind you into your low back, make a fist. Keep this left hand here. If you want to take it deeper, you can hook this arm under. I'm just not feeling that. So good. So I'm going to just bring my fist into my back. Nice. And then inhale, come on up, warrior two. Press into those feet. Feel your booty turn on. Good. And then right arm back, right leg turns on, left arm back, left arm turns on. Good. And then straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. One more time, straighten and bend. Nice. And then windmill your hands to the mat, come to downward facing dog. Good. Take a flow or stay in down dog. I'm going to stay in down dog because I feel like it. Ayoka, that looks perfect. Keep your head in line with your shoulders. Nice. Lift those hips. Good. Nice. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or float to the front of the mat. Nice. Oh yeah, I can see you better that way, Deb, when you're facing that way. And then sweep all the way up. I was like, I can't see her. Why? Nice. Bring your hands to your heart. Okay. Let's do a little half moon pose. So take your feet back into this position. I'm going to say let's start with a shorter stance. So about 3 to 4 feet apart, depending on your height. But same thing, heels lined up with the sides of the mat. Good, and then turn your right foot open. Bring your hips with you so that you're not forcing your hips. Nice. And we'll start with triangle. So squeeze your booty, pull those hip points. Good. And then slide your right hand onto your shin. Take that left arm up, reaching the sky. Press near your feet. Bring your head back in line with your shoulders. Nice. And then from here, take your left hand on your hips. You take your left hand, your top hand out of it. Then your right hand's going to go a little bit to the right on a block or not. So make sure it's a little bit behind you so that you don't go too far to the left. So take that right hand a little bit forward, come onto your left toes, and then a little bit to the right. And then press, squeeze that right glute. Yes, good job. Kick with that left leg. If you're struggling, go onto the wall. Yoga's a practice, right? Nice. And then if you've got it, you can send your left arm up. Nice. And then exhale, come all the way down. Good. All right, so Vicky, try and keep your head in line with your shoulders. So a lot of people do this. So you're here and then your head is like that. So you want to lift, through here instead of letting your head drop. All right, so let's go the other way. All right, so take your feet 3 to 4 feet apart. So if you're my size, 3 feet, you know what I'm saying? If you're taller, nice. So take your time, and I will do it this time with a block. Good. So turn your left foot out, okay? Let's just start with your right hand on your hip. We'll come to triangle. So if you're using a block, take the block behind your left leg. Press into your feet. So, and if you're not using a block, take your hand behind your left leg. That's what it is, Vicky King. Yes. Right arm up. Squeeze that right glute. Nice, nice. Good job. And then take your right hand out of it. Goodbye. Good. Bend that left knee and bring your left hand a little bit to the left of your left foot, and then press into your foot, lift like you're karate kicking. Squeeze that right glute. Perfect, Vicky King. And then send that arm up. Try and take your head in line with your shoulders. Good job. Oh, everyone looks so good. Nice. Look at you, Deborah Asher. And then exhale, come all the way down. Woo! That was so good, everybody. Nice. And then let's just do a little this. Woo-hoo. Good job. Nice. Excellent. All right. And then let's make our way to the floor, but not without a little Melissa Malasana. So take your legs wide in like a sumo squat, feet turning out. And then we're going to come down, press up. So this also gets your groins, right? Come down, press up. Come down, press up. And then we're going to go down. So I'm going to bring my feet in a little bit more. Press my elbows into my thighs. Nice. Now, we're kind of in a perfect position to try crow, but let's just try it on our backs first. So come onto your back. So we've been doing a lot of boat. You can do boat again, or pull your toes in, lift your heart, feet together, and then knees wide. Take your arms on the inside of your legs. Press your arms into your legs into your arms. So pull those legs in. Yes, far as an A, feel the difference? Nice. And then soles of your feet together. This time, let's just fold forward. I think we did a lot of flowing. Rock from side to side. Nice. Then, if you're not going to do crow, maybe come onto your back and just do the core work. So maybe come onto your back. So this is going to be more your abs and your hip flexors. And then feet together, bring your chest up. And then take your knees apart. Take your arms on the inside of your thighs. Press your arms into your thighs into your arms. So everyone can do that. Nice. Exhale, come on down. Take a happy baby pose. Nice. And then you're either going to do that again, or you're going to rock and roll up. And what's the main thing about doing crow? You're shifting your weight forward. You're not lifting up. So either on your back, or you look forward. So I want you to see the front of your mat and then lift into it. Maybe you rock or do it on your back. Nice. Vince, if you want to go onto your head now, because I know you haven't done that in a while, you can. Bend those elbows, Ayoko. Look forward, Ayoko. Look forward. Look forward. Yeah, look to the front of your mat. Yes. 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 Nice. Nice. All right. Good job. Okay. All right. Everyone's doing something different. We've got sit-ups going on. I like it. I like it. All right. Everyone come into a quick happy baby. Good job. Nice. All right. And then rock on up. And we're going to do dolphin on the pier or on the wall, or if you're ready to already turn around and do that. And if you would rather work on your handstand, you can do that, Vicky. So I'm going to do this forearm because we've been doing all this forearm prep. So let's first grab that block, take your hands against the block facing the block so that your elbows are in a happier place. Good. Bring the block down. And then press in those forearms, lift your hips, and just walk on up. Let your head dangle. Press in those forearms. Maybe play around with bringing your right leg up and your left leg up. Nice. Nice. And then exhale, come all the way down. Take a rest. Good. Next level. So either stay doing that, perfectly fine, perfectly good. Next level, bring your feet against the wall. And if you hate that, you know what I'm talking to, Vicky King. You can face the wall. I'm going to do that next. But same thing. So you bring your feet, against the wall or a piece of furniture or something, or stay on your mat. And then same thing, press your hands into the block and into the floor. And then just lift your hips up and stay there. Or if you want, bring your feet just in line with your hips, so not higher. Press into your arms, press into the block, pull your chest towards the wall. Let your head dangle. And then come down and take a rest. All right, so good. Pull your chest towards the wall, Farzaneh. Yes, press into those feet. Good, and then rest. All right, so Farzaneh, next time you do that, I want you to just come a little closer to the wall so that you can now rest, and then I'll have you do it again. All right, and then we're gonna do this one more time. So if this doesn't interest you, then do forearm plank, right? That's gonna be the same thing, or do dolphin. So either you're gonna do dolphin again, right? You can do forearm plank if you're like, I'm over this. Or you're gonna come to the wall. So Farzaneh, come in closer. Yeah, and then come up, bring your feet here so that you're really pulling your chest towards the wall. Good. And then I'm going to show facing the wall if you want to do that. Nice, so I'll wait for everybody. Good, nice, Vince, squeeze your booty. All right, and then take a rest and just watch, and you can be like, she's crazy. All right, so facing the wall, you want to be close enough to the wall that you know that if you fall over, the wall's right there, so not a big deal. So you're going to grab this, you're going to squeeze in, and if your shoulders are wider than the wall, then you squeeze in, but your shoulders are wider than the wall. And that's fine. So you don't have to get your shoulders are in line with, your elbows are in line with your shoulders, but you're squeezing. You walk in and then you shift so that you're looking at the block. And then you come on up, you press your feet towards the ceiling, you bring your legs together. You look in between your arms. Maybe you keep your feet on the wall, that's okay too. Come on down. So either totally blow this off and take a child's pose, or give it a try. So I like that. I like what you're doing, Melissa. Just make sure you don't twist. All right, let's see. So walk your feet in more, Vicky. So your butt's not right over your shoulders. So walk your feet in more so your butt's right over your shoulders. Okay. She's not doing that. Okay, I'm leaving her alone. All right, so I think everyone is ready to take a rest, except go ahead, Ayoko. Walk those feet in. Nice. Nice, Ayoko. Good, and then take a rest. So we can work on this another time. We don't have to get it, but that was good. That was really good. All right, you guys, nice, nice. Okay, good job. All right, I'm going to step my right foot wide and my left foot behind me. And then bend my mat over because I'm on a hardwood floor, or if you have a blanket, bend your back leg and just send that left arm back. So just stretch that quad, right? And then if you can grab your foot. So it's gonna open the front of your hips. And make sure you're wide enough. I don't care what leg you're on, Deb Rauscher. Oh, you're fixing your knee. Okay, good. Nice. You can send both arms back. That'll open your shoulders. Nice. Exhale, release. Hold this right hip back. Stretch that hamstring. Nice. Good job. And then let's switch sides. So step your left foot forward. Roll over the right side of your mat. Or not. Come forward. Squeeze your booty. Good. And then bend your back leg. Grab it with your right hand. Yeah, you could use a wall. That's a good idea. So you guys are making your own modifications. You don't even need me. Good job. Just get a nice stretch in that right quad. Good job. And then exhale, release. And then let's make our way onto our backs for some nice bridge pose. Okay, so come on to your back. Take your feet where you regularly take them. And then if you have knee issues, you can take them a little bit wider. If you have some sciatica stuff, take your hands on the outside of your legs. And then press your hips up and press into your hands. So you feel the outside of your feet turning on the outside of your legs. And then exhale, come on down. Take your hands wide. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Go from side to side. Nice. And then reset your feet, either hip distance or a little wider. And this time take your arms overhead, but press near your feet and press in the outside of your feet without your hands there. But just remember where they were. So press out and then come on up. And then maybe keep your hands there if your back is wonky. Or bring your hands next to you. Maybe interlace your hands, press in your elbows, lift your hips. Open your heart. And then exhale, release your hands, release your glutes, take your feet as wide as the mat. Go from side to side. Nice. And then one more time, take your feet hip distance or a little wider. Press in your feet, the outsides of your feet, turn them on. Arms overhead, lift your hips. Maybe stay a little lower if your back is feeling sassy. Or lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Take your arms underneath you, pull your hands apart, press in the back of your shoulders, press in your feet. Or if you're really feeling inspired, take your hands next to your ears and press on up into upward facing dog. But listen to your body. Nice. And then just come all the way down. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Take your knees from side to side. Nice. Good. And then take your feet back into that bridge setup and just send that right leg up towards the sky. You can use a belt or take your hand behind your right knee and just get a nice stretch in your right hamstring. If you're more open in your hamstrings, then straighten your left leg. Otherwise, just press that left foot into the mat. Inhale, point your toes. Exhale, bring your leg closer towards you, but keep it straight. Nice. Good job, you guys. Nice. And then on your next exhale, take your leg out to the right. So maybe holding behind your knee, using a strap, using your resistance band. Make sure your leg is straight. So really pressing, straightening that leg. That's gonna open up that area. Breathe. Nice, and then come back to center, straighten your left leg, press that right foot towards the ceiling or towards the front of your room. And then take your left hand on the back of your right leg and twist across. Try and straighten that right foot. You can press into a wall. You can use a strap. You can use your left arm. Nice. And then exhale, come back to center. Bend your left foot and just take your right foot into a half happy baby, nice and wide. So really wide and out to the side. Nice. Good. And then bring your right foot back to the mat and send that left leg up towards the sky. Maybe grabbing with your fingertips behind your left leg, maybe using a resistance band. Relax your shoulders, Marianne, so don't use your arms if you don't need to. Good, point your toes towards your face. Use your breath, inhale, press away. Exhale, point your toes. Nice, and then on your next exhale, take your left leg out to the side. Maybe hold your inner knee. See if you can make your left leg straight. Press in your right foot so that your right hip doesn't lift from the mat. Nice. And then exhale, come back to center. Straighten your right leg, dig your heel. Take your right hand on behind your left knee and twist over to the right. Feel that deep stretch in your outer right hip. Release anything that's not serving you. Nice. Come back to center. Press your right foot into the mat. Take your left leg into a half happy baby, nice and wide. Nice. And then bring both feet to the mat and let your knees splay out to the side. So I'm going to put blocks underneath my knees. You can put your fists underneath your knees. You can just let them hang. And this is a restorative pose when you have the blocks there. And then you can take your arms by your side, or you can bend your elbows into goal pose, see what feels good to you, and just take a moment in this neutral pose. Let your body settle. And then either stay here or move into a fully splayed out kind of starfish pose with your legs wide, your arms out by your side. Let your whole body settle into the mat. And then let's move into equal breath. So you're going to do a 4, 5, or a 6 count breath, whatever is appropriate for you. Focusing on keeping the inhale and the exhale even. So wherever you are, exhale all the way out. And then inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just a few rounds of breath on your own. And then on your next exhale, gently roll to one side, hugging your knees to your chest. And then making your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing